Hello all, a very good day to all of you. This is Vilasini from Veranda IAS. So friends, இன்னைக்கு நம்ம என்ன பார்க்க போறோம்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா the Hindu editorial analysis for the day 11th August 2025. Yes, so in the context வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா the topic of discussion for today is the Election Commission of India's lack of transparency is worrying. Right? So இது வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா it features an important topic in your GS paper 2 Polity. So here there are few things that we will understand through this editorial, right? So first, for example, the background. So background வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா we will try understanding about the special intensive revision exercise which has been undertaken in the state of Bihar, right? Next, we will understand what has been the Election Commission of India's stance. இவங்க வந்து ஏன் இந்த SIR important ன்னு நினைக்கிறாங்க, right? Next, we will try understanding what are the existing problems, limitations and challenges, because இப்போ வரைக்கும் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஏகப்பட்ட opposition parties as well as many people have questioned the fairness of the special intensive revision process itself. So overall இந்த article இதுதான் discuss பண்ணியிருக்காங்க, and going forward what should be the way forward. Okay, so this has been ideally discussed over here. So yes, as we all know, நம்ம ஒரு editorial பார்க்கும்போது we keep in mind an acronym. The acronym that we will be using is called as CODE, C-O-D-E, which means every editorial that you read will have number 1 a core issue, okay, number 2 வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா it will have an opinion. Next, number 3 it will have what is called as data, and number 4 it will have major editorial takeaways, right? So ஒரு UPSC point of view ல வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா the editorial takeaways are very important. The editorial takeaways can be further divided into number 1 issues, okay, number 2 causes, number 3 effects, and number 4 measures. Issues, causes, effects and measures, right? So in the context, yes, for most of the editorials that you see, we will be analyzing it in this particular way, code, and we will try incorporating issues, causes, effects and measures. Okay, so going forward, let us understand a few things. So here inga vandu pathingana, let us also understand from this particular editorial the important areas where code can be applied. So yes, ipo context enna, in the special intensive revision exercise done by the Election Commission of India, idhula vandu pathingana this has to be conducted for over 8 crore people, and idhula vandu in the draft electoral roll release பண்ணிருக்காங்க. idhula many people's names are missing, so which is very concerning because the idea should be inclusion and not exclusion, correct? So this is the context, right? So this has been discussed over here. Next one, they are talking about when it say opinion, author oda opinion enna. So here the author has raised numerous questions, okay, numerous questions about the effectiveness of the special intensive revision, right? idla vandu what will be the implications, was it done in a fair manner, was it done in a transparent manner? Yegapatta questions have been raised over here. Yes, then if we talk about data, large amount of data has been produced in this particular editorial. For example, the names of 65 lakh voters have been deleted in the Bihar's draft voter lists. Okay, so that is a major data. So throughout this ஏகப்பட்ட data கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. Talking about takeaways, right? Takeaways இங்க வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா what are the issues, right? What has happened so far and what should be the way forward, right? இதுதான் நம்ம detailed understand பண்ண போறோம். So yes, over here let us understand a few things about the background. So background பத்தி பேசும்போது I think all of you know, right? Somewhere in November, right, Bihar vandu is planning on going for assembly polls, right? So last time vandu pathina in the special intensive revision Bihar la 2003 பண்ணிருக்காங்க, and right now it has been more than 20 plus years. So the Election Commission of India feels that this data vandu pathina it is highly outdated. So adanala they feel the need to conduct a special intensive revision exercise. Okay, so overall in the process எப்படி பண்ணுவாங்க? So என்ன சொல்றாங்கன்னா majorly number 1 booth level officer, அவர் வந்து he'll do a door-to-door survey where the voters details will be verified. For example, அவங்களோட age, name and address. Next, document verification. இதில் ஒரு 11 documents have been listed, but this did not include Aadhaar, voters ID, ration, which the Supreme Court has directed to also include. Then third வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா the draft electoral roll will be released. இந்த draft electoral roll தான் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா around 65 lakh voters names were missing. Then finally the final revised roll will be released. Now this entire process has got fast tracked and has to be done in a very short period of time. இது எப்போ ஆரம்பிச்சதுன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஜூன் எண்டில், and they want to complete this by September. So it's a very short span of time and they want this entire process to be fast tracked and done very quickly. So here many inefficiencies could be there, many problems could be there, many challenges could be there, right? So all this has been discussed in this article. So I hope the background is clear. Next we will understand few more things. So yes, in the context மேஜர் ப்ராப்ளம் வந்து என்னன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இவ்வளோ பேர் டெலீட் ஆகிறதுனால this is more of what do you call it questions the electoral integrity in our country, and it is a way of trying to promote disenfranchisement where rather we should uphold article 326, right? So article 326 உங்க எல்லாருக்குமே தெரியும், talks about universal adult franchise. So Indian citizens who are 18 years eligible have the right to vote. So that over here is getting compromised some way. So next வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா what are the major issues, இதுதான் வந்து is one that we have to discuss. So number one, ஏகப்பட்ட secrecy இதில் இருந்திருக்கு, right? Details required for the Indian citizen have not been furnished well, and this is somewhere violating an individual's right to information. Okay, and here one in the process பண்றதுக்கு முன்னாடி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா a prior public consultation was also not there, right? So even till date many people are not able to understand is the exact rationale of a special intensive revision actually justified. Okay, and here வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா many times, right, there could be duplicate entries, all these issues were there initially, but here are we addressing this correctly, right? Is this being done effective? Entire process of fast track பண்ணும்போது definitely inclusion exclusion errors will be there, right? All these problems have been cited. Next, it will be very unfair on migrant population. Migrant population க்கு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அது ரொம்ப unfair-ஆ இருக்கும் because sometimes they may not be able to produce some of their documents, right? And what many people also say is this special intensive revision could eventually be implemented throughout the country. அது மட்டுமே இல்லாம it could be a backdoor for the NRC, the National Register of Citizens, right? So the எல்லாமே has been cited over here as the major issues. So next one, talking about what is the major requirement அப்படின்னு பார்த்தா number one, public should have trust. So here வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா Election Commission of India is a constitutional body. இது வந்து it's a powerful body. It has been vested with the major role of conducting elections to the parliament, to the state legislature, to the office of the president and the vice president, right? It is a body which has such great responsibility over itself, right? So ensuring accountability, ensuring transparency, people's trust வந்து gain பண்றது is very very important. So here வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா what people have suggested is number one, let there be a appraisal report which is released to justify why the special intensive revision is first of all being undertaken. Next one வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா here detailed list for talking about why certain people have been removed, அதையும் நம்ம publish பண்ணணும். Next one வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 2003 what Election Commission is saying is 2003 last time பண்ணோம், data is outdated. So in that case that is we need to do it again because நிறைய illegal migrants இருக்காங்க, deceased people இருக்காங்க, duplicate entries இருக்காங்க, we need to weed out them. So this is what they have said. So in the context of what people are saying is at least disclose those data, disclose those 2003 records so that at least people will be able to understand why this is required. So overall வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா the major takeaway is somewhere if there is too much secrecy, right, it can be a threat and a challenge to democracy. So in the case yes, ensuring transparency and accountability in the election process is also an important mandate of the Election Commission of India, right? So here to make our democracy vibrant and to make the election process much more vigilant and also much more effective, here the transparency of ECI and its accountability with regard to the special intensive revision exercise is also required. So yes, this was the major takeaway, right? I hope the discussion was useful. So in the context, please go back and read about the background details, read about constitutional bodies, read about Election Commission of India in detail. Thank you.
Veranda IAS, where your dream becomes reality.